Okay guys, for this video I would like to share how to use center type transformer. So this is what I have transformer right here. The input is 230 voltage for the first wire, red color. Then the second wire is 115 voltage, 115, and the third wire is for 0. So this is the input voltage supply here, and this 3 wire is for the output voltage. So the output is 12V-0-12 and 1.2 VN. So 12V-0-12 here, which means the first wire is 12 volt and the center is 0 voltage, which means ground, and the third wire is 12 voltage as well. And the 1.2 VN, which means this is a stand for the watt. So power. So power is what is equal to power. So 1.2 VN, if you divide by 12 volt, then you will get 0.1 ampere. So if you can just use Ohm's law to calculate it. So we're gonna focus. We have to be very careful about the input voltage. So when you supply or when you use your power source is 240 voltage, then you must make sure that you use this red wire. And if your supply is 115 voltage, 115, you must make sure that you use this and this. 115 voltage, black and green, 230 voltage, red and green. So now I'm using 230 voltage for my power source. So this is 230 voltage and this is 0 voltage. So 150 voltage I did use. So I just make it bend right here. You can just cut it off, or you can just make a mark like this. You don't have to use it. If you wrongly supply this one, then your transformer will be burned. You have to be careful. So before I'm going to explain here, I'm having here the simple diagram. So since this is a center type, so this is a live and neutral, and this is 12 volt, 0, 12 volt. So 12 volt comes to the diode, the other 12 volt comes to the diode, and the diode output, they join together and connect to one of the capacitor positive side. So I'm using here 1000 voltage, 1000 microfarad and 25 voltage. Why I use 25 voltage? Because my voltage is 12 volt more than 25 voltage. So you have to use your capacitor is more than your output voltage. So 25 voltage, 1000 UF, and here I use 7812 because if I didn't use 7812 to regulate, this output is more than 12 volt. So now I want to have 12 volt voltage, then I using 7812. If you want to have 5 volt output, then you can use 7805 and 6 volt and 7806. That is depends on how many voltage you want to have. So this diagram is full loop for the watt 1.2 VA. So I'm using all this wire, so I will get 1.2 VA for this transformer. So here, for practically here, so 12 volt comes to one diode, the other 12 volt comes to one diode, and they join here together. And this is the center, the ground, 0 directly come to the ground and connect to the negative of the capacitor. So capacitor, this is the negative and this side is positive. So you have to make sure positive and negative. So after you connect to your capacitor, then positive wire connect to regulator. So positive wire connect to regulator, the input, and the negative connect to regulator in the middle, ground. So this is the output. So let's check. You select AC first. We want to check the AC voltage. I turn on my transformer. So before I connect to diode, what I get is here. So 12 to 0. Oh, this reverse. So 12 to 0, the output is 13.9 voltage, and the other 12 to 0, 13.9. So if I check 12 and 12, I will get more than 24, 27. So now we are using for this first diagram. So after we convert the diode, this voltage become the DC. So here already go through with capacitor. So if I check here, before convert to this 7812, if I check the voltage here, the input voltage, or select to the DC voltage. So the input voltage 18 voltage, I get 18 voltage. So 18 voltage, after I convert to 7812, I will get 12 volt. So here just check right here. So 11.87. This is a plus minus 5%. Electronic always is not exactly. So plus minus 5%. So 11.87. This is already constant voltage. So now if we follow for this diagram, we will get 24 voltage. So this transformer we're going to use as 24 voltage. Now this diagram is we use as 12 volt. Turn off the transformer first. So to use 24 voltage, we have to remove this ground wire, which means in the middle, the center one, we have to remove. We didn't use the 0. And one diode we have to remove. So 12, we just use 12, and this as 12 volt. 12 volt come to the positive, and this the other 12 connect to the ground. So the other 12 volt connect to the ground, then the ground is connect to the capacitor negative wire. So if we check to the output before connect to the regulator here, how many voltage we get, we're gonna get the 24 voltage. I turn on the power. So I'm gonna test. So now we want to test the voltage here, AC. So AC 12 and 12, if we check, we get 26 voltage. So after we use the diode already convert to the DC, and then we connect with the capacitor. And now if we check here to the input to 7812, we get how many voltage? The DC, we have 30 voltage. We get 30 voltage. If you want to have 24 voltage, you need to use 7812, but I don't have now 7812, so I'm using 7812. So anyway, here we come out as 12 volt. So positive and negative, I will get 12 volt. So this is become 12 volt. So this diagram is 12V-0-12 transformer we use as 24 voltage. So 12, 0 we didn't use. Then one diode, the capacitor, and the regulator. So this step is used as 24 voltage. And here this one we can use as 12 volt with half load, which means here this transformer is 1.2 VN if we use only 2 wire here, we will get only 0.6 VM. So half. This diagram also will get only 0.6 VM. It's not no more 1.2, half. Okay, we can turn off the power. So to use 12 volt only for 2 wire, you remove 12V here, and instead of 12V, you just connect the ground. So now this output we will get 12 volt. So if you check to the output here, first check the AC voltage. So the AC voltage here, how many voltage? 13 voltage. So after we convert to the DC here, now we can check the DC. So the input to 7812 here, we get 18 voltage. After output, after convert to 7812, we will get 12 volt. So this kind of transformer, center type, we call it center type, you can use as full 12 volt, and 12 volt you can use as 24 voltage, and you can just use as 12 volt with half VM. That means if you just use 2 wire in this diagram, your VA will not get the full loops. So I hope you understand this video. I hope you like this video. Thank you for watching.